In this video, I will be discussing and answering possible interview questions that you could be asked if you are applying for the role of healthcare assistant and a carer. So if this is what you need, please watch till the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is whistleblowing, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. To all my returning subscribers, you all are the best. Thank you. Number one question is introduce yourself. So if you're asked to introduce yourself, you don't usually take it so simple. It's not just your name, okay? You need to put in some certain details for it. Okay, so introduce yourself. So I'll try and answer it as if I'm not a nurse, okay? My name is whistleblowing. I'm a Nigerian. I did business admin in school. I graduated from University of Nigeria in the year 2018. And after my graduation, I started managing my own small business. I've always wanted to care for people, the needy ones. Although I'm not privileged to study nursing or do any health-related course back in school. I remember vividly when I was 18 years old, it happened that my grandmother was staying with us. She was aged. So I'm the one taking care of all her needs, starting from bathing, feeding her, wheeling her around, taking care of her toilet needs and all the basic needs, communicating with her and all whatnot. Though she's late now, but caring for her made me realize how happy I can be caring for people. Why do you want to become a senior carer? Okay, so I want to become a senior carer because I'm always satisfied helping people, especially those that are in need. My compassionate skills is that has been driving me, okay, to do all these things. So though I didn't study nursing or I didn't have any health background, but I've always wanted this kind of opportunity to care for the people, okay? And there was a time I was privileged to do that. When I was doing my youth service after my university days, I joined the Red Cross Society, and I was opportune to care for people, do minor dressing on their wounds and the rest of them. So when I saw this opportunity to enroll as a carer, I said to myself that this is really a wonderful opportunity for me to help and impact in people's lives. So another question could be, if you're asked, how will your family and friends describe you? My family and friends will describe me as someone who is honest, hardworking, and truthful. Someone who is compassionate and always ready to help. Another question could be, what do you understand by safeguarding? Okay, safeguarding is just a way of protecting a patient, protecting the rights of the patient and well-being of patients who are vulnerable from harm, neglect, and abuse. Okay, and those that are more likely to be vulnerable are the children and the aged people. So it's just a way to protect them from being harmed, abused, or from any form of neglect. Another thing is how will you manage a confused patient? So you can answer stuff like, if a patient is confused, first of all, I understand that it's not easy for them to be confused because they will struggle to carry out the activities of daily living. So I will always make sure that I communicate to them in a calm manner, in a low tone, okay? And I will always make sure that I conduct risk assessments, making sure that the scene is always safe at all times to prevent them from harming themselves, me, or other staff members. And I will also make sure that whenever I'm in a room with the patient, that I always maintain a safe exit route in case the patient becomes aggressive or agitated, okay? And I will never forget to escalate to the nurse in charge or the manager if there is any need to do that. So the next question could be, what are your skills? What are your qualities? So you say that you are an excellent communicator, you're a great observer, and intelligent. I always work alongside with other team members. I'm truthful, I'm honest, I'm caring, I'm compassionate. Another thing is, what do you understand by confidentiality? Confidentiality is a way of making sure that all sensitive information coming to your knowledge while caring for your patients are being kept secret. You don't disclose the information to outsiders. That is confidentiality. So all sensitive information that you are pursuing to have during the course of taking care of your patient, that you keep them secret, that is confidentiality. You only share them with those that are directly involved in the patient's care, your co-workers that are directly involved in your patient's care. So that is confidentiality. So if you're asked what do you understand by whistleblowing, you could answer that whistleblowing is a way of raising alarm in an organization if something goes wrong. So if there is anything abnormal happening in the workplace, a way of anonymously raising alarm is called whistleblowing. If there is a patient that is being abused, or patient complained of losing some of the items he or she has, you can go and whistleblow. So by whistleblowing, you are reporting anything that is abnormal in the workplace. What do you understand by abuse? Abuse is causing harm to the patient, and there are different types of abuse. There are physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, institutional abuse, racial abuse, and the rest of them. You really need to go and read about abuse, okay, because you could be asked that kind of question. So another thing is what do you understand by professional duty of candor? That is what we call duty of candor. So what do you understand by duty of candor? So it's duty of candor means is just a way of being honest and being truthful at all times, especially when there is possible tendency of causing harm to the patient, or a harm has already been caused to the patient during your care. So being honest about it and telling them the truth is the duty of candor. Okay, so assuming that maybe as a senior carer, because senior carers do give medication, as a senior carer you give the patient the wrong medication. So apart from writing incident reports on that, you have to tell the patient, be honest about it. I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong medication. And it's not just telling the patient, it may involve telling the patient and the family, and also reporting to your manager or whoever that is superior to you, so that measures to avoid further harm will be put in place. Okay, so being honest about the harm you caused, or anything that has tendency of causing harm, you need to be honest about it to avoid the actual harm coming to the patient, okay, or to de-escalate the situation. Another thing is how will you handle a confused or aggressive patient? Okay, so how to handle an aggressive patient. Always make sure that you're calm whenever you're communicating with them. Talk to them in a low tone. Understand that it's not easy for them. Conduct risk assessments. Make sure that the scene is safe for them. Make sure you maintain safe exit routes when in contact with the person to avoid causing harm to you. And make sure that there is always a system for raising alarm in place, so that if there is need for you to raise alarm, you do that. Another question that you could be asked is have you ever cared for anyone before? Yes, I've cared for my grandmother when I was very tender, when I was around, maybe you could say around 18 years. My grandmother was staying with us and she was aged. I was the one taking care of her, doing her bathing, feeding her, taking care of her hygiene needs, okay, communicating with her at all times. So I've really cared for someone who is aged, okay. And in my family now, I have my little ones. I also care for them, making sure that their needs are being attended to. You can just say anything. Okay, so, and if they ask you what is your weakness, so you could say stuff like, my weakness is that I pay attention to every detail. I know that some people may have issue with that, but yes, that's my weakness. I love paying attention to every detail. When I carry out a task, I always want to see it to the end. So I would say it's really my weakness. So my lovelies, that's basically it. Okay, so So that's basically the possible interview questions. There are many of them, lots more. All you need to do is browse, go online, browse, get yourself familiar with these questions, know how to answer them according to your experience. Okay, you know yourself. If you're not in the health line, you know how to put in the question. When you apply for a job, you need to read the job description so that you make sure that what you're answering fits the role you're applying. And that is why I said it's very important for you to at least gain knowledge, even if it's through volunteering. Just go and do. It will not kill you, even if you're just going there 3 hours in a week, in a whole week, like once a week, and you're staying just 3 hours. Just go, so that you know you see something that will make you to stand out, so that it won't be that you're lying. Because whatever you're saying in your interview, it needs to reflect in your CV. Okay, so if you've done some online courses, at least if you've had some volunteering job, it will make you to stand out. Okay, so I wish you guys the best. I wish everyone the best. If you want to pursue this route, this visa route, I wish you the best. Okay, if you find this information very useful, please don't hoard this information. Share it to your friends and your family. It will benefit them. Okay, love you. See you guys in my next video.